family. We may look familiar.
Yes.
Don't worry about it, though. Don't think too hard about it. We are back with another topic.
Just enjoy the content.
We are back with another discussion.
I'm not wearing this.
With another regular guest. Enter fan favorite.
It was really, guys. I just want to really talk about how hard it is to get in contact with this star. You know,
She's regularly booked.
Really though, like, I feel like
Regularly.
so we had to get her again.
Like, I don't even know what we went through.
Somehow we're all wearing the same clothes from all the other times that, you know, it was hard for us to get her on. But it's okay.
It's laundry day. It's okay. Happy to be back.
For all three of us.
Happy to be
Okay. So this time, will we like you to introduce our topic?
Yeah, because she chose it.
Okay. Well, today I want to talk about the most irredeemable thing a character has done.
Okay. And with that, you started off.
I will not. I'll pass it to Nia.
What? Why? This is your topic, right? You gotta have some of them short sleeves of yours.
Okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is...
Don't disappoint us.
EREN Yeager.
She's disappointing.
I think...
What?
What about EREN Yeager?
I do not agree with his genocide plan. I think it is doing the most. And
I mean, I will say that. It is doing the most.
But what else is he supposed to do?
Right.
not commit genocide.
What else is he supposed to do?
If it wasn't for
I
the
don't know.
genocide.
They was about to
Honestly,
genocide them.
Right. They were.
Honestly, seeing what he's done, that's fair. Because literally...
What about what they did first?
Right. They started it.
I love how everybody forgets that.
Okay. Why is it irredeemable? Why is it irredeemable? Yes. Why is it irredeemable? Please.
At least he's killing the entire world. Technically, Marley is their enemy. Okay? Nobody else from any other country has attacked them. Only Marley. And he's still killing everybody else anyway. And he went over there and saw how Marley treats all the other countries. And still wants to kill all of the other countries for no reason. And then
Marley's just at top.
And then we see how they basically were all on the same side. Like, Marley brought everyone together, put our differences aside, because EREN is the enemy, blah, blah, blah. Like, it could have been like what Sasuke was trying to do. And
But you know, they did that before EREN committed genocide. So
yeah, because they knew his plan.
No, they did
because
not.
they knew his plan.
How?
Yes, they did. Wilbur literally was like, yo,
But
you know who our enemy is? EREN Yeager.
But
he's crazy. He's trying to kill us all.
But the fact that they did it right before...
It was still before.
They knew his plan. If they know his plan, they came together right before they knew that they were about to get killed, even though the Marleyans were treating them terribly. They only... because they didn't want to die and they wanted to all come together to defeat them.
Exactly.
No, you just said that part right.
Just like Marley's the only one.
I want to say one last sentence. I want to quote something. You said Marleyans were they came over to the sea from the sea and saw how the Marleyans were treating the other countries. But then yet, the Marleyans, please, come on our side so we can beat EREN. Shitty. And they agreed.
Yes, they agreed because they don't want to have mass genocide.
Which means that the Marleyans were not their only enemies. Everybody is. Because they all came together to kill them.
And that's EREN's fault.
That's not EREN's fault. EREN didn't attack yet.
But he was going to.
And they were about to do a full genocide.
They
were about to do a full genocide on an island for something EREN had not done yet. They
I
were
don't
about to kill
blame them.
all these people.
And now, and because of that, EREN's committing genocide of literally 99% of the human population.
They should have never done that to her. They should have never done that to her if it had... It started with the king from whatever freaking town that was that snatched her ass up, made her breed babies, made her babies eat her.
That was disgusting.
It all started with them.
Look, that's...
Facts. The Eldians were just living their lives.
Were they even Eldians yet? No, they came from her.
Oh, no. The king was the Eldian. They're descendants of
Yeah, you're
Eldian
right, you're
because
right.
the king was Eldian. So whatever
So
they
technically
were,
they
So
aren't even
Marleyans were
aliens.
just chilling. The Marleyans were just chilling.
they
That's why
weren't
they got beef
Marleyans
with them.
either.
No,
But
they're
the-
enemy. They were saying that
but
that
the
was the issue
Marleyans
of Eldians,
still-
and then they attacked the Marleyans.
But
And then
the Marleyans still
fought back.
300 kicked their asses over the fucking wall and told them, go find.
2,000 years later.
Yeah.
So for 2,000 years, these poor people on this island have been suffering at the hands of people they didn't even know existed. Okay?
Oh,
They didn't even know they existed.
You want to know what?
I'm not saying it's right.
Okay.
I'm saying
for 2,000 years.
I'm saying
So I think to make up for those 2,000 years,
so
Eren can kill
everybody else
everyone
has to suffer
So,
when it's only between the Eldians and Marleyans.
Eren is doing nothing wrong.
Eren is 100% involved.
Do
That's
you-
why his friends are trying
wanna-
to kill him
you wanna-
because they know better.
You want to know why?
No,
This is
because
wait,
even
listen,
John
listen.
was like,
You want to know?
And he couldn't go through it because he has a conscience.
You
No,
want
they
to
peer
know
pressured him.
why?
They did not. He
They
wasn't
peer
even
pressured.
with them. They weren't even there. He came to that decision on his own.
You know why this is not an irredeemable thing?
Why?
Because everybody will be dead anyway.
the only one left will be Eren
So-
and his friend.
So nobody would be deeming
Honestly,
or
I think at the end of the day, no one is right. I still think the everyone genocide is only a conclusion a crazy person can
So
come
what
to.
you-
I
so-
agree.
so what-
But who made him crazy?
His people?
No.
So you're saying
That's
that
not
if this
Marlon.
was-
It's not he.
So-
Remember
so
his
if you're
flashbacks?
saying-
He was born crazy.
Wait, listen.
No one did that
So
to
you're
him.
saying that if your mother,
I am not gonna. I'm not gonna go to world genocide for my mother.
You heard it.
I
Mom.
might go to murder for the person who killed her. I'm not gonna kill. I'm not
I'm
gonna
tearing
kill
up.
you and your family for
I'm
it.
tearing up.
You're telling me.
If my
You're
mom was on
no,
the
no,
if my
no, no.
mom was on the opposite team,
No,
I would understand.
You're telling me if your neighbor came here and killed your mother, you're gonna kill everybody in this neighborhood, even though nobody else was involved.
if he would, if
minding
he
their own business.
if he was a serial murderer, which these people are, they are. Why the fuck is he out of jail and not and living near me? He needs to be in jail, and so therefore the justice system has failed me, and everybody needs to die.
I must take it into my own hands. I have no choice.
But you could be like,
Because I mean,
okay, look, you could
that
be like
plays a role.
you
Nobody's
could
gonna
be
come to
like-
my help.
anti-villain vigilante or whatever, and just kill people
Gladly.
in power.
I will be
You
that
have to
cool,
kill
but better.
all the women and children as well who just come into your path. Just some child going to school. You have to die too. I'm sorry. The system is broken.
The system is broken because that child is going to be raised to be a Marleyan soldier that kills, that sends Titans over that wall. And treats Eldians like trash, even though they're human beings.
But it's like, who are you? Here's the thing, specifically, who are you supposed to go and kill? That's like, who started it? They are all dead. Does that make sense? Like,
No.
if your mom got eaten by a Titan, and you were like, you said, well, I'll go after whoever did it. Who did it? They're long gone, long dead.
No,
The people in their city have adapted their way of thinking, so that's why they have to die.
No, I'm saying that if Eren attacked Marley and only Marley, he's going after everybody else, and they weren't even involved in this. Is all I'm saying. And Marley only went to other people because they knew Eren was crazy and decided to kill everyone
But
anyway.
maybe it's a thing of like, okay, he knows, like, if he just kills Marley, another city is going to basically take over that force and become like, oh, you shouldn't have done this. So now we're going to take over, what they left off and fuck you up.
I mean,
So
he's
to
not
avoid that, he's like, I'm just going to kill everybody. I'm not going to wait.
No,
Because the rumbling only
I
happened.
know.
Because the whole thing was like, oh, well, for 50 years, no one's going to come after us. And he's like, how about forever? How about forever no one comes after us?
Right.
Why do I have to wait 50 years to do this again when I'm going to be dead? No one's going to be...
I was
have
about to say,
trust
all of
somebody
them are
else
gonna be
to have
dead.
the same resolve that I have.
All of them are going to be dead. They're all Titans.
Exactly.
All
Like,
of is going to be alive.
So now he has to trust the future generation to have the same resolve that he has so that they can handle it? No. Just kill everyone now.
But honestly, that's a ridiculous thing because Eren isn't even going to live that long.
No,
He has 13 years to live. What do you care what happens after that?
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
a
less than
proud
that.
Eldian. That's why he cares.
Which is
He
why
wants-
he has his own people killing
He
each other.
wants to.
That's the other thing.
He wants
He
to
wants-
spawn
no.
with Mikasa so that his children are safe.
But that's the other thing. He wants to kill everyone else and
'Cause
like,
Mikasa will live.
then everyone on Paradise or Parody, whatever, is going to be okay. Even though he himself has grown up know that even the people on his island are crazy and could easily kill each other. He already killed 2 men who were trying to sex traffic.
That's fine.
That's
Killing
just
each other, I
human
guess,
nature.
is fine.
That's
That's
just
the-
human
but
nature.
that's-
There's no stopping that.
Obviously, that's the thing. I think that's the whole point. I don't think who's right or wrong is the point of AOT.
You the one you brought this up.
Right.
You
I'm
said it.
saying
Anyway,
personally, I
Let's
can
go.
never
Can
support
we go to
genocide.
the other things?
And he's jumped to conclusions.
But you can support Marley.
Okay.
No, I
I'm
think
breaking
you're
up this
wrong.
cat fight.
Marley literally had a dog eat a 6-year-old girl.
I'm
just
not
because she
saying
was an
they're
alien.
right. I'm saying
That's the people
No.
whose side you're on.
there is no right or wrong.
The
They're
spawns
all
of
wrong.
Satan?
Because even parody is in the
Spawns of
wrong. They're
Satan.
all wrong is the whole point. But genocide
They
is
are all
even
wrong.
worse wrong. Okay?
They all are wrong.
Yes, I will
That
agree
is
with that.
literally jumping to
They're all
conclusions.
I will only agree with they're all wrong. Aaron, you do you, boo. We all understand.
You do. Go commit mass genocide.
Go ahead. I will cheer you on.
As you kill me. Yes.
Now,
I'm not in that world. I will cheer from my parallel universe, looking on. I will cheer
Parallel.
you
That's
on.
really close. That's really close.
Yeah.
That's one butterfly
That's
away
way
from you
too
not being
close.
close.
Okay, my multiverse then.
so after that heated, why you had to start with that one, honestly. But the Chimera arc from
Hunter x Hunter?
no, what is it? Chimera ants.
Oh.
The Chimera with Full Metal
Oh, okay. It wasn't really an arc. That's why I was like,
arc. My bad.
Episode.
I shouldn't have said arc.
that was unredeemable.
After all we just talked about,
That was irredeemable.
that is
was
it.
irredeemable.
Because
That's it right there.
that's too specific though.
That is
I don't
way
know all
worse.
those other. I don't know all those other children and.
I was gonna say, that is way worse than what Aaron is doing. I don't care what you say. You being a father.
You doing that just to reinstate your fucking license? Are you kidding? Oh, that?
What do you need the license for? Your family's gone.
Do you know?
You don't need
do
money
you know what
now.
I'm talking about?
I don't know the entire context. I just know that homie turns
Okay.
his daughter into a
Okay,
dog.
okay. The context is he has wife, him, the daughter, the dog. The Elric brothers come and they're playing with his daughter and the dog or whatever, and he talks about this sad sob story about how his wife left them 2 years ago. It just so happens 2 years ago, his first creation was made.
Was created.
And then his daughter. That's it.
No.
I mean,
He's
that's not it.
complaining. Okay, like, yeah, he's complaining about his wife, but then he's like, oh my gosh, I have to figure out how to make a chimera or I'm going to lose my state license, because that's what, like, their state outcomes.
Yeah.
So he's like freaking out about losing his license because he won't be able to support his life and his, his daughter and
he
whatever.
doesn't want to go back to like the way that they used to live.
Right, that's
when
what
they
he's
were
saying
when he was
this whole
fighting
time.
with his wife.
Whole sob
Mhm.
story about how he wants, he doesn't want to have to go back to that life, blah, 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 blah.
But like he has to do a better job with this one than he did the last one,
Right.
which was his wife,
Next
which
episode.
failed. Which
Right.
failed.
Yeah, because the chimera died.
Yeah, ended up dying. But okay, the whole point was to make a chimera that was capable of understanding human speech. So it needed to talk. It needed to understand what I'm saying. It needed to talk back. All that stuff. It should be able to answer. And so it was able to talk, but all it was able to do is, I want to die. It said, I want to die, and I
Kill
want
me.
to die. And then it literally stopped eating until it died.
Mm.
So he needed something that was better, successful, that wouldn't think that way, that wouldn't do that.
Mhm.
And so then...
Fast forward.
Yes.
Oh, I'm successful. Finally, guys, look. Where's your daughter?
Where's the dog? Where's Alexander, the dog?
We were just playing with her
Nina!
yesterday. I know I would have heard her running around the house. Where is she? Oh,
Is
don't
she-
worry about it. But look at this. It can speak. It can do whatever.
And you know how they figured it out?
Oni-chan.
Oh my god.
And she,
wanna play.
Oni-chan, I want to play.
Oh, that's effed up.
Yes. At first, she was like, those are the Elric brothers, because he introduced her to them as the Elric brothers. That's the Elric brothers. And then she was like, Oni-chan, Oni. And then they were like, because at first they're like, wow, that's crazy. It's cool. What the heck? But we're
You did
dinner.
it. Yeah.
We're gonna get it. And then all of a sudden, Oni-chan, they were like, and he snapped. They snapped.
As one should.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is irredeemable that you sat there and you
can't turn your daughter back from that.
You can't, and it's also selfish because of the fact that right before that he was like, I can't go back to living that way. And you would think that he would do something else to, successfully do it.
The way he was talking was like
So
he
he's
couldn't
being
go back to live that way because he's he has a daughter to provide
Right.
for.
Yeah,
like that was
yeah.
the way he was saying it before, and now he's like, "Oh, everything's gonna be all right now. I'm gonna get my state license." And they're like, "Are you fucking insane?"
Yeah, but I don't have a daughter anymore. Or wife.
My wife. I just have this sick fucking creature. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's irredeemable.
That's
That
irredeemable.
was way worse.
It was so selfish. I could understand if he
selfish.
I can understand if he went out into the middle of the street, honestly, and got a random person off the street and did it to protect his child, so
But
that
to
his
do
child
it
could
to
be,
your child,
and not
That's
feel
crazy.
anything. And he didn't even
he felt zero remorse.
he didn't cry, nothing. I like the scene where they showed when they realized that it was Nina and the dog. Like he was just standing there, like it was nothing, like it wasn't his child and his pet. That's irredeemable.
Because Eren,
Rolling it
what
out.
he's doing is not selfish. He is purely doing it for others around him.
Mm-hmm.
He's sacrificed.
Because what is his state license going to do? All he's doing is breeding other things with other things. What is that going to do?
Eren's just trying to save his people,
Creating a monstrosity is not going to save
so you can get a check. Essentially, irredeemable.
And guess what? He had what happened coming to him.
I figured.
And Nina got the salvation she needed, and she got killed too.
Because you were just gonna let your daughter live like that?
He was. So,
For real?
That's irredeemable.
Irredeemable. Moving on.
Wait, did you?
I said Chimera.
Okay, so my irredeemable person is from Tokyo Ghoul. Jason
Not person thing. Or yours is the person. Okay.
Jason.
Specifically. Yeah.
is the irredeemable person
Okay.
because what he did to Kaneki is irredeemable.
Simple.
Period. There's so many things wrong with that. So many things wrong with what he did to Kaneki. Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, you just found him, liked how he smelled, kept him in your basement, cut off his fingers, put centipedes in his ears.
Yep.
Why?
For what?
For what reason?
What is the goal? Like some science experiment to get to where?
He's literally like a serial killer who just sees someone kidnap them and then tortures them. That's irredeemable. Selfish and irredeemable. Poor Kaneki was so fucked up after that. He's still fucked up.
See, when it's
I mean, any
I
person
think
would.
Anyone would be
I
fucked
think
up.
the overall thing is like
But he was never.
I
It
think
was
the
over from that.
overall thing that makes something.
He became straight villain from that.
I think the overall thing that makes something irredeemable is specifically who it happens to. If it's a singular person, it's very personal. It's very specific. It's to me and clearly to
And the
Mia.
intentions behind it.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is what can make something way more irredeemable. If it's for a selfish reason, if it's specifically to a person, like there's no real reason, good reason behind it.
Like, if Eren was
So-
doing what he was doing because he wanted to be the ruler of the world, that's a different story.
And he just, he wanted to rid all humans and he wanted to kill everybody and it was literally just him in the world
That's a different story.
to just die alone.
But his
I'm not saying
intentions
his
are
heart
not
was-
irredeemable.
I didn't say okay. I
His
still think
actions.
he's irredeemable. But I
His
didn't.
intentions aren't.
Yeah, he's just crazy.
Yeah.
He jumped because
I mean, that's what
you could
happens
see
when
him
you see your
crying to
mom
the
get
kids,
chewed
be
up
like,
by
"Dang, sorry,
a
I gotta kill you, but sorry."
I mean, that's what happens when you see that your mother got chewed up like a chew toy by a titan
For your eyes.
right in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
And countless other people he loved.
He was already crazy. Let's not. That was just.
He was. That broke him, though.
Yes.
That was
He
the
was-
snap.
Yeah.
Angry.
He was
angry
crazy.
child.
He killed 2 people like it was nothing and said they were trash and deserved to die.
He
And
wasn't
he's like,
wrong.
But
8.
He wasn't wrong, and
he
that also
needed
wasn't
to.
selfish.
Yes, exactly. So I
No.
can't even say that he was crazy.
I'm not.
He needed to
No,
do that.
but the point is, who taught you that? He's just like this.
No,
It'd be
no,
different if you
no.
saw his
That's
father
the flight or
raise him
fight.
to be
No,
like
yes,
that.
yes.
The flight or
yes.
fight.
It was
Response.
not flight or
It
fight. He didn't even
is.
have to be there. He
If-
wasn't even
But
supposed
he
to be
was.
there.
If
And
something,
he saw the situation. He had to react. What are you gonna do?
so
Are you
you're
gonna
saying,
run?
so
Are
you're
you gonna
saying,
act?
so you're saying,
He acted.
if
and
somebody
saved
had a
Mikasa's
knife up
He
to her
did.
neck, you wouldn't go savage.
No. Remember, he doesn't even know Mikasa at this point. This is
It
his
doesn't
first time meeting
matter,
her.
bro.
That makes it even more heroic.
It doesn't even matter.
He sees a random girl being tortured. Her mother was killed. These are grown ass men, and they're punching this girl in the head.
And he knows why. Because doesn't he find out why before it happens or after?
I don't know if he.
I don't think he knows why.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just reacts.
Okay.
He just reacted to the situation. That is a flight
If there's
or flight,
a
fight
poor
or flight
help,
response.
yes, if a poor helpless person, it's a fight or flight, but if the only reaction I had was to fight at that point, because technically they were gonna kill him too, I would have gone savage too. Making sure, like, especially if I'm yay high,
Yeah,
and they're adults.
if you don't, you're gonna be in the same exact situation.
All
Now, if they were adult, if he was an adult and it was adults, overkill.
definitely overkill. No, but if adult Eren did it, it would have made more sense because he would have been in the military. He would have been taught that that's how you react. He's a child. His father hasn't even taught him to act like this.
I don't think that
Why is he acting like
that
that
I don't think he would have done that if he was an adult in the military. I don't think he would have gone that savage.
We already know Eren's savage. He definitely would have as an adult,
But
even as a teenager.
Okay, if taking out the whole he got crazy because of his mom and the Titan, if he was an actual normal person, he would not have gone that crazy. He would not have gone, no.
He wouldn't have had to kill them. He just have to reprimand them.
Because they are adults.
Yeah.
He went savage because he was a child and he needed to overpower them as best as he can. Adult Eren would not need to do all that. At that point, it is overkill.
Exactly. Boom. Debunked.
Shut the fuck up.
Eren, once again, you're doing nothing wrong, sweetie.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay. Anyway, off of this crazy antic that we got
before
going
you
on.
bring up what you bring up.
What do you
Because
know?
Nia brought that up. It is my turn.
Okay. I thought you were gonna bring up Eren again.
No,
That's why I was
I
like,
was
are you
not.
okay?
Recently, I've been seeing some people discuss the villains and Itachi. Itachi's a villain. The villains in Naruto. You know, most of them were forgiven because it's Naruto. Do you think any of them are irredeemable? Like people saying Itachi.
I don't
Itachi.
really remember much of Naruto.
I am always team villain, so it's really not fair to ask.
Try to be objective at least.
Okay, because I love Itachi and he slaughtered his entire family. I don't know.
I was gonna say, when you said when you were like, oh, Itachi's a villain. Yeah, he's a villain. I was like,
but I see him as a hero.
Because
So.
when he was first introduced, he was a villain, and then later
but
on he became
it's
not
crazy.
a villain.
But he
No,
redeemed
no,
himself.
no. Time out. It's crazy because when I saw Itachi in the beginning, I liked him from the beginning.
From the beginning, there was never a time I didn't.
And so I saw him as a villain, but like in my heart, no.
I refuse.
Like on the surface, he's a villain, but like in my heart,
Naruto,
But
he's a villain all through
yeah.
part one. Naruto, we never see him
do anything
else
good.
Yeah.
and I loved him the entire time.
Yeah.
I loved seeing him
So,
on my screen.
Face
the entire
value,
time.
yes, I know he was supposed to be a villain, and he is a villain, but like in me, I don't.
Now the question on whether he could be redeemed, yes, Itachi was redeemed. Period. We're not even going to discuss it.
He was
why
redeemed.
do you say
why? Why was he redeemed?
Because you got to learn the actual full story of what happened.
No. What actions did he do that made it redeemed?
That made it redeemed?
Yeah.
Well, he helped Naruto save the world, number one, in his death.
That is pretty big because it's like all he did was kill his village, and then now he has saved the world.
Naruto needed Itachi. He would have been fucked up if Itachi was not brought back to life.
That's true.
Gaara.
Okay.
Speaking of Naruto, Gaara, but continue.
There are so many characters.
Mm.
I love Naruto because they give you all these characters that should not be redeemable. We should not love a character who slaughtered his own family this much. And then
Gaara was the same thing about
Exactly.
Itachi, though. I loved him from the beginning.
literally
Gaara
from
was
the
my
beginning,
favorite,
I
yes.
liked him more as a psychopath.
Yes, I honestly.
I haven't
he
even
had
seen-
more personality
I
as
haven't-
a psychopath
I
than he
haven't
does
seen
now.
Baruto, but based off of what Nia
Even
had told
Shippuden.
me,
They had pissed me off the way they
Did
treated
yeah.
Gaara and Shippuden.
the way that Gaara looks in Boruto, I need to specifically say
He
that.
looks more like a cult leader in Boruto than he does before.
Now he looks like a real psychopath.
I think
now he looks the part.
What scene was it when Gaara came to save them? That's when he has redeemed his psychopath tendencies.
Oh, that was still in part one? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember he came in to help.
Mhm.
That's when they're going after Sasuke.
Yes, and the dude with the bones.
Yes.
Him, I forgot his name.
Kimimaro?
Yeah.
Kimimaro, yeah.
Something like that.
That is when Gaara redeemed himself
Mhm.
from almost crushing Rock Lee.
Itachi redeemed himself before he even saved the world with Naruto. Okay? Period. Itachi
So if we're doing who redeemed themselves first, Gaara, but still Itachi did way more.
Right. Now, Orochimaru, on the other hand,
Orochimaru has done nothing.
he's done nothing. I mean,
He's
he
done
helped
nothing.
in the war.
He
too.
helped, but it was his
But
self-interest.
it was selfish. Everything he does is purely by self-interest.
Yes.
And one could say that that's irredeemable. I love Orochimaru, but I could see where one could say that. However,
Listen.
if Orochimaru presents a time where he does do something selfless, he's redeemed. It just has not occurred yet.
And I don't think it's ever gonna
And
happen.
I don't think so either.
Personally, I love Orochimaru for how selfish he is. I love that he has not had a turn.
Yes.
There's been no turn leaf, nothing.
If
He's
you're
still a psycho, and I love that.
If your spirit animal is a snake, it's not happening.
Honestly, though, like, you have no choice but to be this way.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be redeemed. You could literally save a kitten from a burning building. It's not gonna work. He's just too much of a snake.
Now, there are other villains in the show that never redeemed themselves, like other members of the Akatsuki, like Datara and Hedon and things like that. But
How about Obito?
Obito's redeemed. He helped save the world. He saw the error of his ways, realized he'd been manipulated his entire life, gave Kakashi his Rinnegan,
That is normally what happens.
saved the world. So, Obito did not realize in his head that he was a villain. He was delusional.
That's true. The same thing for Madara. He doesn't think he's a villain.
That is true. But he didn't redeem himself.
Naruto is an older show where they come to realize their ways, their error of their
Right.
ways, because of the fact that it's an
Right.
old show and it's supposed to be for younger children. They need to they're like, okay, we need to set an example. We did bad, but now we're gonna make
you are
it
the scum
good.
of the earth. It's okay.
We're gonna make it all better. Okay, we're gonna write him for saving the world, even though he killed a whole bunch of people.
For Itachi, the thing that always gets me is what he did to Sasuke. I think it was just so unnecessary. And, like, you see it in part 1, and I think they made it worse in Shippuden. And then also when Itachi and Sasuke first meet, he just chokes him out and just says, "Let me remind your place, okay?
One
You
thing
are
I
still
will
trash.
say-
You're getting a
One
bit too
thing I
big."
will say is Itachi did not have to do Sasuke like
He
that.
did not have to
He
do it
really
like
did
that.
not.
That was so unnecessary.
Honestly, that is the biggest flaw out of everything. That he did not have to do Sasuke like he fucked Sasuke up so
I'm
bad.
just like, did you really need to do all of that?
I know.
He ruined Sasuke.
It was so
Talking about,
unnecessary.
oh, I just wanted you to be strong. I think he could have achieved it.
He could have.
Without
that. Like, honestly,
He
I
really
think
could
you.
have.
I mean, look at Naruto. Look at everybody else. They're
Yeah.
able to do it without.
And then you're like, oh, I had to save him from Orochimaru. He only went to Orochimaru because of you.
right.
was
If you
no
never
reason
did what
for
you
that.
did to Sasuke, this never would have happened.
Yes.
You would have stayed in the village. Those 4 people that came for me would have left and went to Kakashi. Be like, hello.
Like, you created this whole thing where they were going to keep Sasuke safe just for you to go tell him to kill all his friends and leave the village? You had a you literally had a negotiation with the Hokage.
You'll only be powerful if you kill the one thing that you
Kill
love.
everyone you love
Yeah.
and leave your village.
Like I did.
No, literally.
Not everything works the same way for everybody. So you may have done that to be powerful. It was not gonna work
But
for
in
everybody.
reality, that's not even why he actually killed them.
I
So
know.
why did you make Sasuke think that you killed your entire family just to show off your strength? You knew you was the shit
I was
before
gonna
you
say,
killed
you're
him.
already strong.
And
You were the youngest.
No, Sasuke didn't even need to be strong to kill Itachi, because he's already died. He could have just emailed him his eyes, but like, I got a day left, here you go. On his doorstep. Like, it was so unnecessary.
Like, Itachi must have hated Sasuke. Low-key. Like, Loki must have hated
He's like,
that
God,
guy.
this motherfucker's so annoying. I don't want to play.
You know what? I'm gonna kill everybody else but you. I'm gonna traumatize you instead.
Because that's how much I don't like you.
So
I'm giving
unnecessary.
mercy to everybody
Normally-
else. Fuck you,
I was gonna
Sasuke.
Normally, people kill the person they don't like. Well, I'm gonna make you
Make you
think a
suffer.
living hell.
I'm gonna make you remember this every night.
For the
Literally
rest
every
of your
night.
Meet him
life.
again in 3 years. Oh, did you forget what I did?
You're looking a little too
Rewatch
happy.
Rewatch it for 36 more hours. So that's
So
the only thing
necessary.
where it's like, was that really necessary, Itachi?
Yeah.
But he redeemed himself for that too.
I have one. Teacher. Endeavor for my hero. He's still trying to make up for it.
He is.
A part of me is like kind of, ooh, Endeavor and Hawks.
Hawks? Why Hawks? Because he supports Endeavor or because he killed twice?
He killed twice.
Oh. No, I feel like we had this conversation. I love Twice. But all
Am I
throughout
having
watching
to leave?
the
Am I
sh-
having
but
to leave?
all throughout
Am I having
watching
to
the
leave?
Are we gonna end
show,
this episode right here?
all throughout watching the show, I'm like, why are you people not killing the villains? They're basically terrorists. Kill them. It's unfortunate that it was Twice, but I also get his reasoning because we clearly saw that he's the strongest one there besides Shigaraki,
Okay.
who they were kind of trying to kill anyways. When they knew he was in the pod, they're like, let's end that prematurely.
I understand.
I mean, for them, Shigaraki needed to be killed.
He needs to be killed.
Like,
I understand why he needed to kill
why
Twice.
didn't they kill all for one?
I was talking about that with Mom. I'm like, why is he sitting in the jail? I thought they killed this man.
No,
they
didn't.
live sitting there all
No eyes.
When he broke out the prison, I'm like, that's what y'all get. Y'all should have killed that man.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Like, what?
Okay, so I understand why Hawks needed to kill Twice. It still is not irredeemable.
I'm just heartbroken.
It's more me
It's
specifically
really
an irredeemable thing.
Honestly, I didn't believe it. I thought like when the first episode came out, I thought it was like, oh, he's still gonna be alive. He's gonna be hurt.
I was waiting.
He's dead.
I was waiting to see him again, and then like, no, literally, he's for real dead.
And they just see like the blood dripping out. I'm like, oh, he's dead. Okay, that's it for him. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I thought like maybe he wasn't gonna be able to like have a quirk anymore or something. That he was going to be there, but he can't do what he needed to do because he lost his quirk or something like that. I was so upset. I paused it, and my screen was just Hawk's face, and I was like, "Fuck you!" And I like had to get up and walk away because I'm like, "Did you really just kill one of my favorite villains in this entire?" Like, I know I like Shigaraki, I like Overhaul, but like, there's just something about Twice where I'm just like,
because he was like
literally
one.
He was Deadpool. He's Deadpool.
No,
he's my anime Deadpool.
Wasn't friends,
I love Deadpool.
If he wasn't friends with the League of Villains, he could have easily been a hero.
He could have easily been that is why he was the strongest villain literally there.
Yeah.
If he's the strongest villain there, he could easily be a hero. It's the same thing for, I always say his name wrong. All for One. If he had a different mindset, he could have been a hero.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what One for All is.
Yeah,
So they could have been a duo.
Yeah. But yeah, I get where he's coming from. I wish they use lethal.
It's a personal, irredeemable thing.
Most of the villains, because why are they still alive?
And Endeavor, you brought up Endeavor.
Yes, Endeavor.
I've been feeling for him a little more lately.
I have.
He's
been doing good at me feeling for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly think that it could be, but I don't think that it's skewed.
We've talked about this before, where we've straight up said that he's irredeemable. Like unless unless he does blah blah blah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting there.
Yes, he is getting there. He is changing his ways.
we
have literally said if he did this, if he changed his ways, basically listed out if he did this, it would make it better. And he's like doing this.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because now it's like all out on display for everyone to see, and now he has to.
And he's been
but he's been doing that before that.
He was doing it before, but it was just kind of like,
it's not like freaking AOT where they all ganged up together after finding out they were gonna get killed. He did it because he really was like, I'm a shit father. I did something wrong.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's irredeemable now. I was starting to feel for him in the beginning because I'm like, the fact that you can even admit that you're wrong.
Like you literally like the whole story, you only married her to breed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you only had these kids to breed.
Yeah.
But as we've seen of him recently, he clearly does actually care about his kids.
Yeah.
Like
he just did it in the wrong way.
Right. Like and but we're seeing now, like even when Dobby revealed himself and the way that Endeavor reacted, like
he had no idea.
He really thought his son was dead. Like his reaction was
that episode right there. I was like, I am taking everything off the table. Endeavor, you're okay. You're okay.
That alone. The way Dobby broke that man, I was like, that is a father who cares about his son.
It was Dobby where I was like, oh, I like Dobby. Now I don't think that I really like Dobby because of the fact that he's always been like this and nobody made Dobby the way he is but Dobby.
Literally the flashbacks completely changed my opinions of both of them. Endeavor's
switched.
No, like Endeavor's like, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop.
I was like, I'm not gonna fall for this. You stop trying to hide.
Stop. Wait, I know how you're gonna turn out. I know exactly how you're gonna turn
And,
out.
like,
to stop.
And Dobby's
Listen,
just like, this is your fault. No,
No,
it isn't.
and what?
for once, listen to your dad. I understand that you're 8 years old, but for once, please.
Yeah. That
That
definitely
entire
changed
episode
everything
or
of how I
2
felt.
episodes,
Yeah.
whatever it is, changed how I felt about Endeavor and about how everything went.
I
Like,
agree.
obviously, he could do.
Like,
Endeavor could have done
And then the
some
scene
things
of them all
better.
in the hospital.
I know. To be fair, though, I was like, y'all didn't do anything wrong. What? Maybe the mother, but not even really. The
Not
kids
even.
were like,
I
I
was
should
like,
have
she
done
was-
this. No,
she
you
was-
should have.
she
Why do you
was
think your
pushed.
brother would have been
She was
crazy?
pushed
Yeah.
to insanity.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
understandable.
I mean, I don't blame her. She's trying to get out that house. She
Right?
said, finally, freedom.
Like, and the fact that like seeing Toya's perspective of dad is only caring about Shoto, it's like the only reason why he cares about Shoto is because of the fact that now that part I still was like, okay, you need to still chill out. Like your son is calling for your help. He really needs you. I understand that Shoto can do both and cool himself off or heat himself back up when he switches from all of his different quirks. But like, please pay attention to your children. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them
Like,
still.
not the oldest son, the second son, like how he still doesn't really like Endeavor anyways, but he's
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna hold this against you, but you're still an awful father.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
That's
fair
good. That's
reaction.
fair. That's fair.
That is fair.
That's understandable. It's like, yeah.
He was still a shitty father.
Yeah.
Father, so-
Dobby,
But he's
I don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you've
don't know
just
what you
been
got
like that.
going on.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got self-esteem issues. Obskür.
He inherited that like obsession that
Who?
Endeavor has. Dobby.
Yeah.
Mm.
He had that same obsession of, and it
Yeah.
didn't work out well.
It didn't. No.
Yeah.
So, Hawk's not irredeemable as of right now. I don't like seeing him on the screen. Endeavor has been redeemed. EREN was never irredeemable to begin with. Who else did we say?
Jason, irredeemable.
Jason, irredeemable. Anybody from Naruto has been redeemed.
Wait,
Except Orochimaru.
Yeah, except Orochimaru.
one more character from My Hero.
Okay.
Bakugo. There's a lot of people I still don't forgive him for
First of
bullying
all, there was never a question.
I'm
of
ending
him
this.
being- No, I want to bring up
I'm-
one more character from My Hero.
I'm ending this. I want to end this right now.
I know you like Bakugo.
That Bakugo comments!
I like Bakugo. Don't. I'm
I don't
saying
even
there are
understand.
people who don't
Especially
forgive him
with this new season.
That made him stronger!
What? No. Okay, listen.
That made him stronger!
Out of
If it wasn't for Bakugo, he wouldn't be how he is now! No, but you brought it up, so I'm yelling at you.
Listen,
You brought it up.
Out of all the
Diamond,
characters,
you get me heated as fuck.
I love you on the show. Out of all the characters on My Hero, Bakugo has had the best character development. So the fact that we're sitting here even talking about it, he has spent the entire show redeeming himself and like figuring out his own psychoticness because he clearly had issues.
And still does.
And he
Yeah.
is
Still working on
he's a
it.
child.
I love
So
how you're glaring at me.
and let's not
Because
forget,
you brought it up.
let's not forget, Bakugo is a child. So in the span of what? A year?
Yeah.
They're still
probably
even.
not even like 6 months.
They're still freshmen at UA. In the span of a year,
They haven't even taken
Just
their
when
finals
they-
for the first semester.
just when they was in 8th grade, Bakugo was kicking dirt into Deku's mouth, and now he is his #1 fan and has literally gone, above and beyond so many times as of now in the season for Deku and for All Might and for everybody else. Like, he has really shown up. Like, he is a character who shows up and gets shit done for the people that he cares
He
about.
needs to instigate the fuck out of Deku to get it done.
Then that's what he gotta do. But he apologized to him. And that's
We find out, we realize like why he is this way. Like, he's upset because, Deku is always spending time with All Might and everything, but that's his also #1 hero. He's been #1 heroes with him. And so now it's
basically jealousy because it's like, why is
Yeah.
this quirkless idiot with my hero? When I'm supposed to be, he
Yeah.
has been raised thinking that he was the shit.
I mean,
All that
he
in a
is.
bag of chips,
Well,
and he is.
he is.
He is, and now here comes Deku.
He's top 3. If it wasn't for Deku having his quirk, he would be higher.
I mean, didn't he win the sports thing?
Okay, he won the sports thing,
Yes.
but like that doesn't mean is he overall top of class in quirk in all that stuff. Yeah, so in that festival, yes, he was top.
True, and he was pissed because Todoroki didn't use his full power. So
Right.
who knows?
So technically, yeah. So with that being said, like, they feed off of each other.
They do. But I don't even understand why it's in a discussion of whether or not.
Right.
I mean, like, the people, like, I know that's not you who said that. You said people are saying that. Why are you saying that? He really hasn't done anything, really. I mean, he's a kid. You've never been mean to other kids, like, when you were young. He grew up and matured.
Has that not molded that person's brain to the way that they are now? Listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Are you going to bring
on.
someone else?
Yes. Last one. And
Please.
I only bring this one up also for my hero, Overhaul.
Is he irredeemable?
Is
For
irredeemable
Eerie.
for what he did to Eerie. And Overhaul is actually like my favorite villain from his season.
He is or he isn't?
No, I like him as a villain.
I
don't
liked
think that
Overhaul.
He's irredeemable.
He cannot be redeemed for what he did to Eerie.
No.
Period. That was fucked up.
He used that.
Like,
he used that.
Selfish and fucked up.
It's crazy because
and
now,
then manipulated her. Like,
now it's getting into that territory where it's like EREN low-key.
Because he's doing it for his
doing
dad
it for his
doing it for his family.
Yeah.
So
and so and then he's getting rid of all the heroes and, you know, also helping his family. So it's kind of like getting in that middle ground where it's like,
have you seen
EREN
season
has
6?
not-
I know you don't always watch it when it first comes
oh
out.
yeah, I'm watching it.
EREN
So
has
you
not tortured
you've
a person.
seen him?
Yeah, as a low life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you see,
I haven't-
he's like,
I haven't
I want to
seen-
see my father
And he's
again.
all pathetic.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't feel
I've
any
only
sympathy
seen.
for
I've
him.
only
I don't
seen all the
either.
way to Lady Nagant or whatever her name is. Is that her name?
Yeah,
Nugent.
something like that.
Why do I keep saying Nagant? Where am I getting that from? But I've seen where they pick him up from the rooftop and he's like, "You told me that, you know, you could help me." That's all I've seen of him.
Oh,
Because on Crunchyroll they're like 2 weeks behind.
ah,
So I haven't seen whatever episode came out last week or whatever.
was this last week? I don't know, but like he goes to Deku and he's like, "Let me see my dad," and Deku's like, because of what he did to Eri,
Mm-hmm.
but also like, you know, at least
Yeah.
it just showed like it was always for his family,
Yeah.
which is
So that's why
but
it's
it was
kind of
so
like
awful.
I think it's irredeemable I understand his logic of what he was doing for his family, but it's irredeemable to put a child through that, and it sucks because of the fact that Eri just so happened to be born with this. Like she had no choice, you know.
And then you manipulating her into that was like was awful about it. Like you had her thinking that she was this plague that was killing people when you yourself were a psychopath.
yeah, you did not need to do that.
Like
No.
You
and
did
also
not need to do
comparing it to Eren. Eren did not just have this one person he was torturing.
that.
Okay, he's killing everyone, but he was not
So
torturing.
that's
and
how he's
manipulating.
more irredeemable than
Yeah.
Eren is.
That's why Eren's redeemable and he's not.
I will say also, I don't think Eren's even capable of that. That was never his strong suit.
Exactly, like
What?
manipulating
and
torturing
people?
someone.
No.
That's not. Yeah,
That's
straight
like
murder.
something Armin could do.
Armin could do that.
Armin could do that, not
Yes.
Eren. Eren's just brute
Armin knows
force.
how to hold himself back because Armin could be a straight savage if he really wanted to.
Yes.
So,
Good.
in the end, there you have it.
Those are our people that cannot be redeemed. Now I need to leave because I'm actually very upset about it.
I'm upset about Eren, so.